Hello all, welcome to today's Diary of Disabled. Decided to do this via dash cam because I've done a couple dash cams lately and I haven't done any just real one-on-one, just talking to y'all. Um, Boy, do I have my day cut out for me. I'm trying to refill my medication. It's completely empty and it has to be shipped overnight, and I don't have the money to cover it. I'm negative $99 in my account because Synchrony Bank decided to just automatically process my payment. They've been trying to call me for a couple weeks now. I'm late on my payment. It was to be expected, but I get paid next week and I was going to take care of it next week. Better late than never. And I made payment last month and on time. They have my debit card on file, and I got an email stating yesterday, hey, your payment was processed. I'm like, I did not authorize you to make this payment on time. It wasn't even on time. Actually, I don't know what day was it? The 10th. The payment was due on the 7th. And so 3 days later, they decided to process it without me prompting the payment, because I don't have anything on automatic pay cycle except for one thing, and that's my new loan that I took out right before I left on vacation. I had to take out a new personal loan to pay for gas and any other kind of crazy expenses just to get down there, because I just didn't have enough money to get to EDC on my own. So I'm not going to try and put anything on video, but yeah, I'm getting my medicine ready ready for the day. I am just beyond upset that the company decided to take it upon themselves to Synchrony Bank decided to make a payment without you prompting it. Unless I prompted it the last few days, but I don't believe I did prompt it, because I didn't have the money in there. I was like, there's no way I can process this payment right now. I don't recall logging in to make that payment. I usually have to pay as guest because I have a couple Synchrony Bank accounts with different companies, and I don't know, the login is messed up in all my accounts because I have two accounts with them with different cards and different login information. So it mixes up every time I try to log in. So I have to pay as guest every time. I'm pretty sure I didn't do that this month. And yeah, now I'm negative $99. I don't get my Social Security until like the middle of next week. I have like another 7 days to go. And I keep getting charged $31 insufficient funds fee. I still have to take care of my 23andMe automatic renewal stupid thing, which I stopped the process from doing. I got the email saying that they weren't going to charge me, and they ended up charging me anyway. And this was at the end of the month in May when I was still on vacation. And if I had called my bank to take care of it then, they would have canceled my card and sent me a new card. And I wouldn't have had time to get that card in the mail. Because it would have been sent to my home address, and it would have been really confused if they sent it to my friend's address, because then that might have automatically, oh, that's her billing address now. No, it's not. So I didn't want to deal with that while I was on vacation, and well, I've barely been back. I got back last week. It was nonstop Wednesday appointments on no sleep. Thursday trying to catch up on my sleep, and just like, I finally did my laundry yesterday. I unloaded my bags the day before, so I've been slowly working on it. I've been getting things done. It's a slow process being disabled, man. I only have like good 5-6 hours of energy during the day, period, to do anything. And 2 or 3 of that hours is usually spent in bed trying to like get my body to move in the proper direction instead of being stuck in the same position all night from sleeping. And I can't, one second. I really want to make YouTube partner, so I'm trying to keep certain curse words out of my vocabulary, and I really want to get that YouTube partner plaque. And they don't give it to all creators. I was reading up on it this morning because I'm getting close, guys. We're almost at 500 subscribers. Thank you. I love all of your support. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking my videos, sharing them, whatever it takes to help keep me in the algorithm, because I just looked at my stats this morning. My video of Stormy has gotten recommended over 1 million for my Stormy video. And a lot of it is mostly from India. For whatever reason, there's like this like Cujo film, like there's this like film with a dog in India, and there's lots of cut scenes, and it's like, I guess it's a famous scene. It's gotta be, because the majority of my YouTube viewers are from India and not the United States. And I was wondering, like, why is this? So these are some like Bollywood type films from India that are recommending Stormy's video. Like, I don't know, like, how it's similar content to that dog and Stormy. I don't know. But for whatever reason, I am very popular in India. So thank you so much for all my India subscribers. I appreciate it. I'll try and get some more dog videos out. I'm just trying to get back into the routine of things, and I have so much catch up to play up on. I just made my appointment for my internal medicine doctor to get my patches renewed for next week. I still haven't decided if I think the 7.5 or the 10. Like, it seems like every time I use the 10 milligram or microgram patches, I get some kind of skin rash reaction. It's like, it's just too much for my body. My body doesn't like the 10 micrograms. But at the 7.5, I feel like I just don't quite get the pain relief that I'm looking for. I still get some relief, but I don't feel like I get the amount of relief that I get with the 10s. So as much as my body doesn't like it, I just wonder if it will just adapt to it at some point, or if I'm just going to continuously get more and more skin rashes and more skin involvement with the patch. There's something with my immune system that just doesn't agree with these patches, and I can't quite figure and put my finger on it yet, but there's something about these patches that just don't agree with something in my body at larger doses. I don't know if it just needs to be a time thing where I just need to slowly increase up to 10 again, or if I can just suffice on 7.5 for another month. I'm thinking about trying just a 7.5 for a month. I'm trying to think ahead of for my appointment talk with my doctor next week. I have to be able to write these on a notebook to be able to stay on track and stay on topic, so I don't overwhelm my doctor with too much other VS side stuff. As we build a patient-doctor relationship, it's important to just stick to the point and be a professional patient and just hit the marks of what you need to talk about during that appointment. And then if you need to talk about further, you just need to set up another appointment. These doctors are only made to have like 15-minute appointments, and they cannot realistically discuss everything. And this is where I got into trouble with my VA care in the very beginning, is my appointments were just taking way longer than they were appointed for. So as more complex as I got, the longer my appointments got, because I hate seeing doctors on the medical PTSD that I received in the first 10 years from the VA. The gaslighting, you're too young to have these issues. Like, dude, I just wanted to yell back at them, like, kids have leukemia and they are not too young to have these problems. So I don't want to hear it. I've gotten more acceptable with that term, but I also haven't been told that I'm too young for this anymore. As I've hit middle age, I'm not getting the "you're too young for these issues" kind of thing. But at the age of 30, I was. And I don't see why doctors just can't comprehend that people younger can have pain a lot sooner in life, depending on their genetics and their environment and what they're dealing with. Everybody has a story, and everybody's medical journey is completely different. things manifest in different ways and many different people. But the one thing that we all have in common is we all have the same comorbidities with EDS. We all have POTS. We all have mast cell issues. We all have uh, neurodivergence. We're on the spectrum. A lot of people on the spectrum have problems with identifying themselves as a certain gender or problems. Like, I have connected all of these dots with that, with all my observations with society. I love observing society throughout the years and just seeing what people say in comment threads. Like, you get a really good gauge of where society's at by through how they comment on strings of posts. Society has some crazy norms, I tell you what. Um, but everybody has all these comorbidities with EDS and connective tissue issues, and we're really saying that it's highly undiagnosed. They say it's rare, one in 500,000. No, it's more like 1 in 500 that have EDS. So I really encourage you all to really look inward to yourself and listen to your body to see what it's trying to tell you. My friend Tammy has been living with 20 pounds of fluid of inflammation for like 10 plus years. She's now finally getting her diet and her eating controlled better, and she is witnessing fewer flares, and she has dropped 20 pounds within the last 6 months to 8 months of just fluid because of inflammation, because her body was poisoned by all of Western medicine and all these misdiagnoses. It takes somebody like 10 to 12 years to get their right diagnosis. It is so extremely hard to get your diagnosis correct the first 5 times. You have to learn how to advocate for yourself. Advocate, advocate, advocate. I cannot say that enough. Advocate for your life. Your life is in your hands and your hands only. It's up to you to listen to your body. It's up to you to speak up and not take just one doctor's opinion. Do not, let me repeat this again. Do not rely on emergency room doctors. Do not rely on emergency room doctors. They do not know anything about your story. They absolutely will crush your story. They will absolutely not listen to what you have to say, regardless of an EDS emergency action plan or not. You can only do so much. You can do so much advocating before and afterwards, but it doesn't get you that far. A lot of it is swept under the rug in the medical facilities, looking out for their cohorts and their co-workers. They are there to help each other and build camaraderie among their staff to work together as a whole, and you don't want to be that black sheep that is the one person listening to the patient and then you get reprimanded for doing the right thing. But really, in their eyes, they don't have time to really get to know you in the 5 minutes intake that it takes. And those doctors and nurses that do the intake, they are not accurate and do not say word for word what you say. That's why I've always just hated the intake process at ERs, because you don't know what the heck they're writing down to tell the doctor. And in the future, I think I'm going to request to look over their shoulder and be like, what are you dictating in this record? What are you putting down as my main complaint? Because that was my major trigger with my last emergency room visit inside Vegas, or near Henderson, or wherever I was. I went a little bit further away because the one that was closest wasn't the best ER, so I went to a trauma center ER that did take a lot longer, because of the being a trauma center, and it was kind of traumatic going through those hallways and seeing all these people on gurneys in so much pain and struggling with whatever they're struggling with. Like, that was really sad to see. And to know that when my friend got carjacked, robbed, punched in the face, ran over by her own car, and carjacked a couple years ago in Vegas, her PTSD, she's living in fear. 100% still living in fear. And it's been like 3 years. And she did a witness statement, impact statement. That's probably the only reason they got even 5 years. But no, it was a whole ring of them. Young kids. Not a single one of them looked remorseful, except for maybe one, and I think he was more remorseful because he got caught. But I hope those kids turn their lives around after this, but I doubt it. I'm not saying people cannot be rehabilitated, because I believe they can. It all is a matter of the person, and I think it depends on the jail they go to, the experiences that they experience in jail and prison. I think that makes a difference in rehabilitation, because there's some places that are worse than others, in other states and places. I watch a lot of 60 Days In. I like that show. And it really does show a lot of the inner workings of what happens in prisons. And yeah, a lot of them are treated like animals, but a lot of them are like wild animals. Not to say that everybody in prison is. It's just, I've seen and witnessed some stuff on fake reality TV. I consider it trash TV, but I enjoy trash TV because it makes me feel better knowing that my life is not that bad. But it also reminds me that there is life outside like that that's really bad, and I really empathize for those people. Well, I'm gonna cut this one short, and see y'all later. Peace out.